Hey goddess, it's Abiola and welcome to this video. We are going to be doing a creative visualization for your sacred success. And appropriately, right as I pushed live, thank you for the hearts, share this video. Right as I pushed live, I felt this allergetic, is that a word for allergies? Why not? Allergetic sneeze about to come on, which is completely relevant to something that I've been talking about for the past 48 hours, which is, do you really believe the things that you say that you believe? Those of you who know me know that I am all about walking my talk and talking my walk and all of those things, that ring true for me. And it's really, really important for me that, in the interest of transparency, that I share with you when I'm experiencing something, because you're experiencing, we're all in it together, right? Enchantress Shane says she just needs to. Yes, we are letting stuff go, letting it go. And so I was having this beautiful conversation with Arzu Mountain Spirit, who is the Garifuna healer who will be working with us at the Goddess Pray Love Belize retreat. You can find information in the comments. And she actually will be joining us for Goddess Temple Sunday on Sunday at 10 a.m. So you definitely want to catch that. And we were talking about healing. And it's important for me, with the Goddess Pray Love retreat now about 45 days away, I start to cleanse my body and cleanse my mind and cleanse my spirit. I always try to live in a way that is, being a channel for spirit. But I think that it's even more important when you're going into a situation where you're holding space in person magnetically with a group for an extended period of time to be able to have a clear channel. And so one of the things that I was speaking with Goddess Arzu about, I was talking to her about my allergies, because she was saying she wanted me to find out. And by the way, goddesses, all of the goddesses who are coming to Belize, I see you in the room. We will be having on Sunday at noon, after the Goddess Arzu session, we'll be having a meetup just to touch base, make sure everybody's getting their passports and tickets, and talk to you about roommates and all of that stuff Sunday at noon. But one of the things that she was talking about, Goddess Arzu wants to know what things you are wanting to be healed, because she wants to, when we're in the summer solstice in Belize, and she's going to lead us through that healing feminine power circle. She wants to, from now, start to work on you on the etheric level of clearing the things that you are wanting to heal. And so she asked me, she said, well, what things are maybe physical things you are wanting to release? And she said, anything like allergies. Now, it was very interesting because I've had allergies like forever. And my body randomly, anybody else have allergies? My body randomly will pick up allergies, Yes, Enchantress Shane, absolutely. The fabulous fibroids, she says, that are visiting her, poof, be gone, is something absolutely. We're going to be doing womb healing. So that's something that's already baked in as a feminine power retreat. She is going to be working on all of our womb spaces, which is wonderful. And so I've had like seafood allergies that have popped up, come and gone. A couple of days ago, I had a weird reaction while eating peanut butter, which I've never been allergic to, but that's what my body does. And so in my head, when she said, what are you wanting to heal? The voice in my head said, well, yeah, I do have allergies, but I just have allergies. Right? My voice said to me, well, this is just something you have. I've had allergies. I've always had allergies. Oh, I just realized, where's my microphone? Oh, it's here. And I said, and I feel like, well, I just, allergies are just a part of me. And we do that so often with issues that we have, right? We talk out of one side of our face and we say, we live in an abundant universe. Healing is possible. All things are possible. I welcome in my greatness and my power. I am capable of all things. But on the other side of our head, we have, the things that we think, well, that's just me. And so many of these things are so deeply ingrained that we may not even think of them, right? So allergies is an obvious thing. That's a physical thing. But more often than not, it is belief systems that are rooted underneath, where we're thinking, yeah, Abiola, that sounds good for me, but poverty, people in my family have always maybe just gotten by, or people in my family have big wins and they're wealthy and then they lose it, or yeah, that person can get clients, but people are never usually interested in what I have to say. Or, me stepping up, Abiola, if I stepped up and truly was who I am, I might take the shine away from other people, or people would say, who does she think she is? And we have these things that are underneath and we're not aware of them. And so, like I said, then out of one side of our face, we're saying, yes, all things are possible. But then we're really saying, well, maybe all things are possible for them and not me. Anybody have any of those thoughts or beliefs? Because that is some of what we are wanting to clear today. And I wanted to start out with a sound energy clearing. I have my bowls with me. One of the challenges of doing a sound energy clearing, when I've listened back, it doesn't sound clear on the microphone. So maybe I've got to figure something out between now and Sunday, and I can start Sunday session with a sound energy clearing. But I really wanted to today for us to do a visualization that will help us to raise our vibration, help us to align with our truest and best good, and remind us of who we really are. Not on a surface level where we can all get together and say, yeah, all things are possible, but on that sub level, that underneath level, that level where for the past 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years before you've been on this planet, it has been building of the people like us have these issues. People like us only shine in this way and that way. Yes. Enchantress Shane says the belief that I can be physically active consistently. That's a belief that I have too. And I addressed that. I started to work with that just in this past year. Like, I feel like somehow, like if I don't know, like I had some kind of belief that I can't run like long distances, because if I'm running, I don't know what I think is going to happen. But for some reason, it just seems like, well, people like me can't run. People like me are not athletic. Yes, those people like me beliefs that are underneath, many of them that we are not aware of. And so that's one of the things that we definitely, want to do, is become aware of them first so that we can clear them. And so Goddess Neith, if you are still in the room, because I know that you have like a lot of stuff that is happening. Goddess Neith, if you're still in the room, I'm going to pull from my self-love cards. Someone asked me the other day, why don't I ever pull from the self-love journaling cards? So we're going to pull from them today. Goddess Neith, give me a number between 1 and 11. Between 1 and 11, and let's pull from the Sacred Bombshell self-love journaling cards. Because if we really, really let's get real with ourselves, right? Like, and I was, talking to Goddess Arzu and talking to myself and saying, yeah, let's stop the BS, like stop the bullshit. Like, either you really, really believe that you are able to attract and create your life. Either you really, really believe that you are able to step into a place of healing. Either you really and truly believe that all things are possible, or you don't. That muddy gray area of I kind of, sort of, that is not creative energy. It's not creative energy. It just isn't. If we take it on a primal level, the sperm hits the egg and creates. It either does or it doesn't. There's no halfway. You can't be a little pregnant. And right now, a lot of us are a little pregnant with our dreams, right? We're a little pregnant. We're like, I'll put my toe in, or I'll try that for 3 months. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to run away. I'm a little bit, maybe it'll work for me. Maybe it doesn't. right? Or we're saying one thing and we're living something else. So, either, like I said, the sperm hits the egg and you're pregnant or not, right? And so let's really, really do this. Like, let's really, really step into it. If you are on this call, you are declaring yourself to be someone who is worthy and deserving of all good things. Let's affirm that. We are worthy, 100% worthy and deserving of all good things, with our fears, with our anxieties, with our perceived slights and faults and things that we think, are weird for us or strange for us. This past week manifested this miracle that is so exciting, and I can't wait, until I'll be able to talk to you about it probably like around after the retreat. And it's so amazing that it's something that I could not have thought of. And we close the door to that when we say, I do believe in healing, but people, I just have allergies, and I've just had allergies, and I'm going to have allergies, you see? And so are you aligning yourself with your fear, or are you aligning yourself with your greatness? That's the way to look at it. Do you want to be afraid, or do you want to be who you were born to be? Yes, that is the question. That is the question. Goddess Keisha says, beautiful Keisha says, I feel like I can, and then fear and anxiety happens. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you are not alone on that. Let's not leave her out there. Let me know if you ever say, yes, I think I can. And then that fear and anxiety steps in. That fear and anxiety of, oh my goodness, what if I make a fool of myself? What if no one shows up? What if no one likes it? What if I suck? What if you do? Let's tune into that, because we think that, it feels that fear to us. The illusion of that fear is that it is death, and it is not. And so right now, actually, I want to call out and shout out one of my beautiful Spiritpreneur goddesses, who may be lurking in the back of the room. I'm not sure. I think I see her in the back of the room, but I'm not sure. But I want to shout her out anyway. She had a situation where beautiful, incredible person, human being, beautiful, incredible offerings that she's creating and birthing into the world, right? Beautiful things that she is wanting to do. And she created her first webinar, her second webinar, and she put it out there and no one showed up. Isn't that all of our, let's get real, like that is our primal fear, that whenever we're doing anything, when, I know when I'm going to speak on a stage or speak on a whatever or do whatever, like, what if nobody's there? What if nobody is there? What if no one shows up? I remember that I had gone last year to go speak at one of the schools that had invited me. It wasn't Cornell, it was somewhere else. And, the person by accident brought me to the wrong room. I was supposed to be speaking in the auditorium, and they brought me to this smaller room. And first, when I got there, I was thinking, okay, well, that's weird that it's a small room, but it's okay. I'm here. Let's do this. I'm excited. This is a group I want to talk to. You're paying me. Let's make it happen. And then the time came and no one was there. And I was like, oh my God, like that's our worst fear, right? Like, I was like, oh my God, like these students were like, who's that? We don't want to talk to her. Who cares? Then the person came rushing in and said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I brought you to the wrong room. It's the auditorium, and brought me to this auditorium with like 1,500 people, amazing women and men who were standing there. We're like, yeah, we're so excited. We've been waiting for you. And in that interim, when I was standing in that empty room, it felt like death. It felt like failure. It felt like loss. And it felt like I was a loser. Like I'm even like wanting to cry now thinking about it. I was like, oh my God, like I made a fool of myself. Like I came here, like I don't, like it literally does feel like, okay, well, I don't know what I thought was going to happen. I mean, I was just at a college talk. It's not like CNN was going to show up and say, no one shows up for this talk. But in my body at that moment, it felt like a crisis. Like it honestly felt like, oh my God, like I need to just take my bag and bounce and find my way out of here and never return their calls again. They don't have to pay me. I'm going to go home. I'm a loser. Clearly, they made a mistake by hiring me. Like, all of these things like went on in my head, right? And then I walked into the room and, like I said, 1,500 students, teachers, human beings, excited, enchanted, ready. So what happened? I was the same person in the first room as in the second room. All that changed was the story I was telling myself about myself. And so even if that room was the correct room and no one was there, I was not any less magnificent. I was not any less great. And so where we want to get to is fearing a little less, where you let that gremlin and monster know when it says, what if no one shows up? You say, what if they don't? What if they don't? What if no one showed up? What if no one is there? And so to this beautiful goddess who I was talking about, who, you know, she had her webinar, and kudos to you, sis. Kudos to you for doing your webinar, for putting yourself out there, for creating your magic. All right. Now we can just fix it. Either you have the wrong message, you have the wrong audience, or the wrong vehicle. So it could be that the vehicle that you have, which is a group program, maybe it's an intimate offering where people would prefer to work one-on-one. Maybe you need to tell them a different story. Maybe there's no clear after. Maybe they don't look at you and see, okay, she's able to bring me here, because maybe they don't have that belief about that it's possible about themselves. If I believe, like Enchantress Shane and I were just talking about, that I can't run a marathon, and you coming to me and you're a marathon running coach, I don't care what you say, as great as it is, I probably won't pay you because I don't believe that's possible for myself. So there are many junctures along the way where it could mean something different, but none of those mean that you are lacking or a failure or not where you are supposed to be. If we try something and it doesn't work, we try something else. Like when you're a baby learning how to walk. You try something, it doesn't work, you tweak it, and you try something else, and you try something else, and you try something else. You alter it, you tweak it, and you try something else. All right? Let me pull Goddess Neith's card that she pulled for us. She gave us number 10. 10, 10, 10. Beautiful number of completion. All right, so we are shuffling 10 times. Thank you for the hearts, my loves. All right. So we're shuffling 10 times. And part of the reason why I don't pull from these cards, so the person who asked me, why don't I ever pull from the Sacred Bombshell self-love cards, self-love journaling cards? These are my third deck, my newest deck of cards. Is one still in here? It's because I'm just still getting to know these cards. It's really interesting. Like, these cards come as a download, and then I get to know them the same way that you do. And so I'm just getting to learn these cards. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we are all about sacred success. That was my intention as I shuffled the cards. Our sacred success, the vibration that we are tuning into. And success means you getting to where you want to be. All right. So, very interesting. Okay, so the card that I pulled, that Goddess Neith pulled for us, is Dear Person That I Am Angry With. Dear person that I'm angry with. And my interpretation, my reading of this card with our intention that we had is, where are you angry at yourself? What are you angry about with yourself? And what anger do you have against yourself that is blocking you? Are you angry at yourself for not being there yet, for not being where you want to be? Are you angry at yourself for not having figured everything out? We think we're supposed to have life all figured out. Are you angry at yourself because, well, I thought that I would have this figured out, right? Whether it's your success, your love, your health, your wealth. Where are you angry with yourself, and how do you need to forgive yourself? Because that anger, if it's in a toxic way, if it's directed inward, and then for you, my love, as a creative being, all of my loves who are here, you know, are creative human beings who have the power to empower others. And that is the gift that you were given, right? It shows up in different forms. If you are having anger towards yourself, and then you are putting yourself forward as a person who is wanting to empower, uplift, entertain, and chant others, all of the ways that that shows up, there is a disconnect. And so you have to heal that anger first by allowing it to be, because a lot of us are in denial, right? So where do you have anger that you either need to express and get out, or you need to acknowledge and shine love on? Love yourself, love your emotions, love your feelings, or you need to maybe have a conversation. Is it inward or is it outward? Or you need to really, really just clear. And maybe that's one of the things that you can have an intention toward in our visualization. Is anyone resonating with that? The idea of having anger towards yourself for not having been there, for having created your life to be a certain way. And if that is the case, what I'm being told to tell you is that you are there. You are there. You're already there. And you're missing it because you think that there is somewhere else. And so there, your outside may have not yet caught up with your inner vision. But it's okay because there is a gestation period. So to go with earlier where we were talking about creating a baby, right? There's a period of time where you don't see the baby, you're not experiencing the baby, but the baby is there. And you have to nourish and care for the baby as if the baby is already born, although the baby's still in mama. And so the same with your hopes and your dreams. Rather than being angry with yourself for not being there yet, acknowledge that you are there. Walk in your power as if you are there. Give generously as if you are there. Live, laugh, and love as if you are there. Walk in that vibration, the vibrational energy of you in your power. Be in alignment. Feel your way up the vibrational scale into your joy. And address the world, not with the timid power of maybe the sperm met the egg and I'm in this gray nebulous area in between because I'm more invested in my fear and anxiety than I am in my dreams. Instead, meet the world as if, yes, I am nourishing this baby. I am nourishing this baby with my powerful energy, with my affirmations, with my beliefs, with my consistency, with my showing up for myself, with my doing my lessons, with my doing my broadcasts, with my speaking to my tribe, with my putting my offerings out there, with my saying, yes, I have this for sale, whatever your courses, your programs, your products, your services are, without shame, without a level or a layer of apologizing. You know, I watched one of our sisters in our beautiful tribe. I watched one of your lessons, and when something that you were doing in a live format, and when you got to the sales portion of things, it was almost apologetic. Anyone feel like that? Because I felt like, you know, when I watched like a couple of things, like when you get to the place of where you're saying, I have this for sale, you're almost apologizing for asking for money. And I see a few of you in the room that I have, you know, seen that in your offerings where you're your big, full, magnetic, incredible self. And then when you're saying, I have this and it costs this amount, it's almost with an apology, with stepping one foot back, like, yeah, you can pay me for this. And I'm sorry that I have to charge you money for this, but this is what it is. No, you're not teaching and then selling, or sharing and then selling, or showing up and then selling. No, your magnetic power is the fact that the gifts that you have to put into, that you have been born to share with us, to gift to us, The fact is that we have the honor of having an energy exchange and giving you money, appreciation, adoration. Thank you for allowing us to be able to invest in ourselves with your gifts. Thank you for allowing us to be able to step up and say, yes, okay, I've done it. Here, yes, here is this investment. Let's move forward. I believe in myself and I believe in you. And that moment, that's a powerful spark moment. When they click that buy now button and invest in your products, your programs, your services, that is sperm meets egg moment. It really, really is. I know when I have bought, whether it's investing in something as, small as my crystals, right? Something as small as that to, investing in bigger things like courses, like all of you being here, investing in courses or retreats. That moment where you click yes, buy, it's a powerful moment because it is us as women saying yes to ourselves. And so you would rob someone else of that experience with your gifts, with your offerings. And so rather than coming to them timidly and saying, I'm sorry, but now I've got to charge you, which if you feel hesitant about it, then I feel hesitant too. If you feel apologetic about it, remember, your clients, your people are a mirror. They're a mirror of what it is that you believe to be true about yourself. And so rather than tiptoeing and apologizing, say, yes, I have this answer for you. And how amazing, what a beautiful gift that we get to have this exchange now. And so now I dare you, I challenge you, I offer you to step up into the highest part of yourself and say yes, and let's move forward together on this. And come from that place, which is infinitely more powerful, infinitely more magnetic, infinitely more magnetizing. And so allow yourself and allow your soulmate clients to have that experience and have that moment. And start by healing yourself. Right? We got to heal that stuff in ourselves. We have to heal, like I couldn't pretend like, come to you and talk to you about this, have this conversation with you, if I was not willing to say, I realized that I have a block when, I was talking to Goddess Arzu, thank you for the hearts, right? Like that's dirty energy. That's dirty energy if I was not willing to acknowledge that. If I could come here and talk out of one side of my face and go, yes, all things are possible, except for me and my allergies, we don't want that energy. So that's stuff I've got to go in and clean up, right? And the layers on top of that, the layers of shame and blame that we have, and anger towards ourselves. Like, why don't I have that yet? Why is that not clear yet? And instead come with compassion and love, just like we would with a precious baby, and say, oh my goodness, my love. How wonderful that we have found this place that we can now clean up. How beautiful that now we figured out, here's why you've had problems walking. Here's where you've had issues and you're stumbling. And so let's clear this up. What a beautiful gift. And have the healing power of love and light and gratitude rather than the fear and anger and anxiety that are there. Yes? Yes. Goddess Keisha Thompson says, yes. Goddess Neith says, I've been dealing with my deep-rooted anger over the last 2 months. Yes, sis. And she says, still working on it. She says, it is my pathway to freedom. Yes. And still walking in it and speaking my truth. Intention is listening with the one voice that matters, no matter what it looks like to anyone. Accepting the reality with past choices, with of the reality as past choices with responsibility. Brave and beautiful, my sister. You are absolutely brave and beautiful. And that is what it looks like. Yes. All right, so let's do a visualization around your sacred success. All right, so right now, just let the energy around you just fall away. Let everything outside you just fall away. You can close your eyes and become aware of your breath. Become aware of your breathing. And right now, in your mind's eye, I want you to see yourself. Behold the queen that is you, who you are right this very minute. And underneath you, in the ground underneath you, is rooted lots of stories. Stories that you have told yourself about yourself. Stories that you have told other people about yourself. Stories that other people have told you about yourself. Some of them are cultural stories. Some of them are genealogical stories. Some of them are ancestral stories. It's almost like a graveyard of stories that are there underground. Some positive, seemingly negative, some funny, some that you're not aware of, some that are scary, some that are downright terrifying. And as you sit on these stories, see in front of you a door with lots of energy and excitement and light bursting through from around it. And behind this door are all of the stories that you have yet to live. All of the new stories that you are telling yourself about yourself, new stories about your life that others are telling about you, new stories that people are sharing, stories that people have shared that you're not aware of. Hey, do you know about her? She is amazing. Oh my goodness, can I tell you about her? She helped me in ways that I can't imagine. Oh my goodness, that person changed my life. Oh my goodness, stories that people are telling, have told long before you came to this earth space, and stories that people are telling long after you have gone from this space, stories that are resonating throughout time and space in perpetuity about experiences that you've had, laughter that you've shared, joy that you have felt, healings that you have created, beauty that you have witnessed, gratitude that you have felt. And as you are in this space, outside this door, in this garden full of old stories, and you see in front of you these new stories, you are being called forward. You're being called forward. You are being called to stand up. And as you feel the old energy under your feet, the old familiar comfortable energy under your feet, you are being called forward to this big, huge, beautiful door with majestic light and energy shining from behind it, with people, places, and situations waiting to enhance your life. People, places, and situations that are waiting for you because you will enhance them. You are feeling the call. And so now what will you do? Which way will you go? Will you stay here, rooted in this garden with no buds, no trees, this place that is familiar, this place that you know, this place that is comfortable? Or will you step forward and dare to open a door when who knows what lies behind it? Will you dare to open a door that says, oh my goodness, universe, use me, use me? Even though that prayer may terrify you, that intention may terrify you, but behind that door lies your greatness. Behind that door floats your greatness and your power and your evolution. And you step forward. You take one step like a timid child, but you feel the energy, you feel the pull. And as you take that step, you feel the sunshine on your face. The brightness is palatable. You can taste it. It tastes like joy. You can feel it in every part of your body. You can feel the joy and the energy and the true belief that all things are possible. And you step forward, step into that energy of all things are possible. And we add on to that as we take one step and then another. All things are possible for me. Dare to affirm that. All things are possible for me, because I am worthy and deserving of all good things. All things are possible for me because the universe loves and adores and supports me. All things are possible for me because I'm worthy and deserving. All things are possible for me because I am safe. Affirm it. I am safe, and it is safe to be safe. I am safe, and it is safe to be safe. And you take one step and another and another and another until you are running toward your brilliant, beautiful life. You are running toward your brilliant and beautiful future. And as you open the door, you feel that the future is here. It is now. It is in every laugh you have, every step you take, every moment of gratitude. And you open the door and you are enriched and emboldened as you feel your strength, your power, your light. And you're in a beautiful garden of possibilities. And it is a party. It is a party for you. It is a party that is celebrating your power and your evolution. It is a power that is celebrating your courage. It is a power that instead of saying, how dare you, is saying, how dare you? Yes. How dare you? How beautiful that you dare. How incredible that you dare. How powerful that you dare. And as you look around this garden of beautiful experiences, of laughter, of joy, of abundance, of incredible light and power and possibilities, you feel at home. You feel at home. Feel it in your body. There are people here, a full room of millions of people who have stories to share about you. Incredible, beautiful, life-enhancing, enriching stories about you. And the beautiful thing is that you feel underground, under your feet, a blend of those old stories and the new. The old stories are still there, but they're now drowned out by all of this love and this gratitude. You have not abandoned yourself. You have not abandoned your past, your history, your culture. You have not abandoned yourself. You have stepped into yourself. You have become yourself. You have allowed yourself to be, to dream, to dare. And as you step into that and you feel it in your body, it feels good. It feels good to have arrived. It feels good to say yes to yourself, yes to your dreams. You are able to do it. You can do it. You're able to magnetize, to magnify, to have a vision, to be on a stage, to write a book, to take the course, to go on a retreat, to travel the world, to bring audiences to you, to have sold out crowds, to sell your products, your programs and services, to have people say to you, yes, I am excited to pay top dollar to work with you because you are incredible. And I can't wait to see what you have next so that I can buy that and the next thing and the next thing. And as you feel it in your body, feel the joy that it feels to know that you are here. This is it. You've done it. And you are doing it, and you will continue to do it, because this is your natural state. Abundance is your natural state. The garden is abundant. You are abundantly wealthy. You are abundantly wise. You are abundantly healthy. You are abundantly loved. And you are capable of all good things. Take a breath. Let it out. And feel what it feels like to step into certainty. Anxiety is still there somewhere. Fear is still there somewhere. You don't push against it. You don't fight against it. You just make a different choice. And that choice is love for you and your voice and your path and your vision. That choice is faith. That choice is certainty. And you are now standing in your power. And how good it feels. Feel it in your body. Feel it in your womb. Feel it in your toes. You are worthy and deserving of all good things. Take a breath and open your eyes. Yes. And feel that a shift has taken place. Know that a shift has taken place. Acknowledge that in the way that you move forward. Acknowledge that in the way that you speak and you move. Trust that you are worthy and deserving of all good things. You have been given gifts that you now lovingly accept. You have been given messages that you now lovingly share. You know that you are on the path, and the beautiful thing about the path, the beautiful thing about the journey is that you are there. You have arrived. And so as you take a step and you take a step and you take a step, you are there. Yes! So we affirm it. We know it. We live it. We love it. We be it. Yes. As Goddess Kenny affirms, I choose love. I choose certainty. As Goddess Aurora affirms, I am safe. Yes. And it is safe to be safe. Oh, my love. I feel all of your beautiful energy. I feel all of your beautiful love. Allow that light to dissolve your fears. Allow that light to affirm who you really are. And anytime that we get off course with fear or anxiety, just like when I was in that wrong room, right? Physically and metaphorically, you can just feel your way back into the right room. If you're in that wrong room where fear and anxiety are, just reroute yourself. Just like your GPS would do. Please return to the highlighted route. Please return to the highlighted route. Please return to the highlighted route. All right, my loves? I see you. I feel you. I be you. I am you. Be seen. Be heard. Be an abundant movement. Namaste, goddesses. And for Enchantress Jane, I look forward to seeing you in 15 minutes for your amazing session. Love, love, love to you. And maybe, Shane, maybe we'll do our session live and keep the energy going. We'll talk about that. Thank you, goddesses. Thank you, Goddess Neith. Thank you, Goddess Kenny. Thank you, Goddess Aurora. Thank you, Goddess Jane. That was beautiful.